Hey, you guys, it's Zuri Rekka. And I was just looking at a video on YouTube where it was talking about how young Dolph was killed in November and Takeoff as well. And I'm like one of those people that are kind of into numbers and I guess gematria and numerology and astrology and things like that. So I decided to look at the rappers that were killed. And this is the list of murdered. I guess it's just period. It's not just for this year. It's a list of murdered hip hop musicians that have died, their ages of death, the locations, the date. And one thing that I thought was crazy was the locations. Look at the locations of death: New York, Texas, California, New York, California, Nevada, New Jersey, California, Texas, New York, Florida, New York, Sao Paulo, the Brazil, Savannah, Georgia, New York, New Orleans. I'm not gonna read every person. Oh, sorry. You can look it up yourself. I did look up Soldier Slam because I used to like listening to Master P back in the day, and I mean a Juvenile, and I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. Sorry. Let me get back to the serious stuff. Look at this: New Orleans, Kansas City, Detroit, Houston, Orlando. I don't actually want to read all of these off, but you can just look down the list. You know what was funny about the list to me? Not funny, but interesting. And not in a humorous way, but just in a really ironic way, was that no one was killed in Chicago, Illinois. Can you believe that? None of these rappers, even though they were mostly in the South part of America, for the most part, or in the East Coast. But none of them were killed in Chicago. And Chicago has this reputation for being a really bad city, and that's where I was born and raised, in Chicago. So I thought that was crazy. I thought for sure someone would have died there. And hopefully that doesn't happen. Let me knock on some wood because I am superstitious. I don't want to see any more rappers get killed because this is not good at all. Rest in peace to every single person on this list that has died. The days of death, it is interesting because a lot of them are in November, or well, there are various days, but look, November, December. There's some people out there that will look through all of the dates and stuff and think a lot about that. And I don't know if I want to dig too much into that, to be honest with you, because I think that is like just when I see people think like doing gematria and all of that is interesting, but I don't think it really means a lot. I just really don't, because it's just random. You could find relevance in just about anything in life, to be honest with you. True irony is the fact that Chicago is not on the list of places where a rapper has died. But you can look at their ages. Look, there's a 27. Club 27. Who is that? November the 30th. Oh, somebody died on my birthday. 1995. In New York. That was actually a good year for me. Yeah, that was a good year musically, too. But rest in peace to Stretch. I don't know who you are. Let's find out who this is. Oh, well, he was with Tupac. Oh, so it's not Thug Life. So I probably listened to some of his music. But yeah, what the thing I thought about that was interesting the most, like I said about this, is the locations of the deaths and the fact that a lot of them are in the South. So I feel like if you're a rapper, here's my advice to you: if you want to live, get out of the South or stay out of the South or be heavily secured when you're in the South, because you see, this is where the majority of the murders happen. It's in the South. Fat Pat, who was that? It was someone else killed in Houston in 1998. If you're going to be in the South, make sure you have the security. Don't be out here flossing, because in California is the South. I don't give a damn what nobody says. It's where is it located? Is it located north or is it located south? So yeah, that was also on there. But you don't see anything happening like Seattle or Oregon or Chicago or, well, Michigan was on there, but what about Wisconsin, North Dakota, and Montana, Wyoming, all the states that we have. So y'all need to come here because it's good here. Because down there, people are on some bullshit, obviously. So to all the rappers out there, fuck the nice weather and all of that. If you want to live, get the fuck out the South, okay? That's what the moral of this story is. Shooting. Damn, they're all shooting death. Maybe I did Google. Unspecified. Somebody's name was Bad News Brown. Oh, damn, he died February 11, 2011, 33. Wow. Sorry, guys. ADHD is kicking in. I'm going to give a moment of silence to all of these rappers that have died. And they are not just rappers. All of them are artists. Everyone on this list. And I've contributed to music in some way. And thank you for that, for your contribution to music. And I'm saddened that you had to go in such a violent way. And I pray for your soul that has guidance in the afterlife. And we pray that you have some reconciliation. So yeah, that is all I wanted to say with you guys. Maybe you need to come to the north. In the north, like Prince said, maybe Prince was onto something. He did say that people weren't that evil here because it was too cold. So maybe Prince might have been right after all. I thought he was tripping because Minneapolis is off the chain sometimes, but you know what? It's Chicago and it's cold, but hey, we aren't letting rappers get murdered like that. Not that rappers are more important than other people. Everyone is equally important. But rappers are, let's not pretend like they don't have a voice and that they have the ability to make a change in our community, to do something positive, to, even if they do something, they start out in a negative manner, maybe they can change their lives around. You never know. Sometimes it takes people to go through things in life to make them get to a certain point. And that's what made me not want to turn my back on hip-hop music, because I love it so much. I grew up on it. I'm an 80s baby. And I think every 80s baby that grew up listening to Tupac and Biggie just like loves rap, even though it is negative at times and there is, some negative consequences of the music. I believe, especially when people target you just because you're a musician. And that's not the music, that's just the whole essence of an artist, I guess. But all of them, you could look at the ages of them. Let's look at their ages. Look how young they were. 20, 19, 20, 30. They were all so young. So young. And we want to make sure that they're not forgotten. And even though we don't know what the circumstances were surrounding their deaths and what they were affiliated with, they were still all children of God. And we would give them that respect as children of God, made in the image of God. And may God be with you, God bless you, and be with you and give you guidance to all of you on this list that died so young in violent deaths, which just happens too much in the Black community, my community, which I'm a part of, which I don't really live in, but I'm still Black, so it still affects the community I grew up in Chicago. So that's all I want to say, you guys. Everyone, take care. I love you all.